It feels very much that the tag teams in general have become somewhat of a gimmick within wrestling in general. They're the sideshow. They are the kind of rodeo entertainment element of the live show and on television now, almost always ending in some type of contrived and over-calculated set of spots or series of moments that conclude that match. And I believe that those are supposed to be the story anchors, if you will, but they're certainly not clear. They're not spending enough time backstage with these groups. And even, prominent groups like Gallows and Anderson, The New Day, people that have very strong microphone skills, I think they're losing us by only focusing on that element of them. And you brought up the Shield, Tim. You brought up some of the Attitude Era and 80s era wrestling teams, and what was unifying about those teams is that they had a name, they had an image and a design. Since the Attitude Era up and until now, we've seen a lot of teams that are very similar to Sheamus and Cesaro, two singles superstars that have reached a point in their singles career where they need a fresh coat of paint, and they throw these two people together, create some turmoil, create a tag team, and then eventually those split off. No real cohesiveness, no real blending of music necessarily. You're seeing a little bit of that more now on the Sheamus and Cesaro side, but it's still very separate and divided. Tim, in your opinion, what is a team right now that really has it all together and has some of these elements that could inspire a new generation or a new approach to tag team wrestling?
I think at this point it might be American Alpha, but they just don't seem to be putting in a winnable position. I know that they're definitely suffering from that NXT effect where WWE just seems to just throw these guys out there as if the casual audience is also a network subscriber, but I really just don't think that is the case. I think people who are watching NXT and people who are subscribers to the network are the more hardcore fans. So, you see guys like Samoa Joe or you see American Alpha, it seems like they're expecting this big arrival kind of reaction from the crowd, but, a lot of the people, I think, really just don't know who these guys are, so they don't know why they should care about them. And then they're not being put into any angles to get them over in that way, to get them, like the case of American Alpha, to get them behind them.
Absolutely. No,
but I think that as far as tag teams go, that they're a true tag team. They have a name, they have matching tights. They're not two singles wrestlers just slapped together. So in theory, you'd think they would be the guys you want to get behind.
Yeah, and similarly, I feel like the Revival very much are the yang to their yin. I think they're a equal representation of all of those qualities that you just put out. So and again, this is coming from the NXT development system there.